Well, I am going to shoot a video of our website. It's about time to take the website down. We've really enjoyed running ReRailAmerica. It was active from 2014 through 2024. And this website, which I put together, was up for several years. And I really like the website. I got to say, I did a fairly nice job on it. But let's go through it and see it. Here's what we called the home page, which is this kind of cool picture of Graham. This was at a plant in Cambridge. They had a coupler problem where a front end loader yanked the jaw out of the coupler. So we went out and fixed that. The railroad didn't want to go, so we went. ReRailAmerica, we solve your problems. Problem, which is a noun, a matter or situation regarded as unwelcome or harmful and needing to be dealt with and overcome. And words that are a lot like it: difficulty, trouble, worry, complication, difficult situation. And rail-related problems: derailed cars, locomotives, shifted loads, boxcar door that won't shut and lock, cars in your plant need moved, rail car is damaged and needs unloaded, uh, plant guys sheared the airline and broke the coupler lever with a front end loader. That's what that picture was. Rail car is derailed in your building and is inaccessible by crane or side boom. Boy, we did a neat derailment one time up at O.M. Scott, and we did something that nobody else could do because of the hoist jacking system we had. What did we do? We solved your problems to make your problem our problem, to use our expertise to keep your plant running smoothly and the rail cars moving. ReRailAmerica, we solve your problems. Cool picture of Graham there solving a problem. So let's go on to case studies. On this page, we had 9 examples of how we solve your problems: emergency response, car repair, supply chain, not just rail cars, just-in-time manufacturing, out with the old, in-plant re-rail, our people, and our carbon footprint. I'll kind of go through these. It may be that we can read these right off the screen and I won't need to read them. I wrote all the type, and this job here was about some cars that were derailed down on the Ohio River, and the river was coming up, and they were sure these cars would be partially underwater. So we went down. I think we were there overnight, maybe. Russ went on that job. Here's Graham's job. We just showed you that one. Supply chain. Another Russ job. Here we have taken the door off this boxcar, put it on the ground, and we're using the truck we called Wabash to straighten the door, pushing down in the middle, taking the bow out of it. That was really a little bit beyond and above the call of duty. All we were supposed to do is make the door slide back and forth, but we actually fixed the door. Here is a job that we went to re-rail this locomotive. Now look the way it's up on this bank. Not everybody could do that. A crane would have to sit down here on the flat and be of tremendous capacity. But we used Wabash, unloaded our cribbing material, unloaded the jacks. Here we backed that trailer, the Nolan trailer, right up as close as we could get. There's the beam on the ground. Here's the old Ford pickup truck. Look at the rust around the wheel well. This locomotive was derailed on a lean adjacent to a main line. So we did it without shutting down the main line, which is another thing that not everybody could do. I'll move slow for a second here, and you can maybe read the explanation. Perfect solution. This was kind of a neat job. Graham there lifting our fork truck with, of course, a Sunbelt rental fork truck. We had to lift all of these racks out of this boxcar and put them back in another one. We didn't repair the car, but we were contracted required to take all these out. And we put them back in order. Mike Weir went on this job, and I remember he didn't think they needed to go back in order, but we did it anyway, just to make sure we were providing customer service. Out with the old. This is a locomotive we bought. Um, Dennis Lavender was involved. I don't know that we bought it, but we, I think we bought it, and there were parts off of it that he needed. But then we ended up scrapping it. This is the R.J. Corman 100-ton locomotive that Graham bought at a Ritchie Brothers auction before it was cleaned and painted very much. Still had the red underneath. This went yellow after we painted it. So we lifted this locomotive. Rusty's Trucking were the ones that hauled it. In-plant derailment. What's this? Oh, this was a fun job. Let's see if I can get up there where we can see it. This job, they pushed a rail car till it hit a gravel pile and derailed. And because of where these stanchions are and the overhead piping and stuff, you couldn't get in there with a crane or side booms. And of course, so then the hoist re-railing system was perfect. Graham and I did this job, had a great time. This was the Ford F-250. I bought this for $1,000 from Cricket, which was the company in New England. This has got a lengthy story that goes to it. ReRailAmerica is the best choice for in-plant confined space re-railing. And you know what? I believe that. Believed it then, believe it now. We had a great time. This was a lot of fun. And you can tell I'm nostalgic. Shutting her down is not easy for me, but it served its purpose. Graham and I got to work together. We built a company. Look at the fun we had. We always enjoyed these jobs. Graham's heating it up. Russ is going to apply that hammer. This is the truck Wabash, the old Ford. Here's a little description. And you know what? That I know of, nobody ever sent a resume. Maybe there was one or two, but never really recruited anybody from this little page right here. And carbon footprint, which I'm not a big greenie, but this goes on to explain. With this Honda engine right here, one Honda engine running, we can re-rail a car. If you call in Halter, Corman, Crane Masters, they're going to be running about 10 diesel engines, a lot of smoke, a lot of commotion. This was by far and away the best way to do it. Not the fastest. I saw Corman re-rail some cars one time. There'd be about 3 minutes per car once the side booms were set up. Speaking of green, look at this destroyed lumber down here. Before they called us in, somebody tried to re-rail this using wood to run up on. Old timers can do that. Apparently these people could not. They destroyed a bunch of lumber. And finally we came in and put it on in a couple hours and saved the day and the environment. Look at us. Well, that was an example of how we felt like we were doing our part, maybe. But the truth is, we just wanted hired. This wasn't our emphasis. It was just kind of a little added benefit. Here's hours of operation and a kind of cool job in the background. These 3 cars were derailed, full of beer. Good YouTube video about that called The Beer Car Derailment. But Wabash, Light Tower, this is the Nolan trailer with the hoist gear. Here, right at the very bottom, I don't know if that's in your screen, we had a fire extinguisher and emergency EMS kit laid out in case anybody was injured. What were our hours? 365, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, we solve your problems. And then, of course, at the end, the obligatory contact us. I really liked this video because it had some movement. You know, this is all the information on that page, but the cars moving made it kind of neat. This was in the south end of Columbus. I think it represented to me moving cars. When you call us, that's the end result. And you know what? We never had anyone injured. We never tore up any equipment. We never left a job we couldn't do. We did have to go home and come back the next morning on a couple of the tougher ones, but we never tapped out. And I would say we never dropped a car, but we had a car one time at the very last moment. One of the jacks shifted, and the car ended up on the rail. And we each looked at each other like, it's not what we meant to do. But to the people standing around, we looked like geniuses. But it did surprise us. So I can't say we never dropped a car, but we never dropped a car and had anyone injured or anything torn up. And that's the good news. For 10 years of successful in-plant re-railing and solving problems. ReRail America. By the way, I want to point out this logo here. Our daughter worked on that. I designed it. I love the eagle. And you know, the stripes and the stars, there's 6 stars representing our 6 daughters, 5 white stripes. This center one here, pointing upward, is for our son Bo, who did go upward. We lost him. And in fact, he's at Arlington National Cemetery. So you can tell the sadness in my voice, but that's what that logo means. It means God bless America, the strength in the railroads and family. 10 years, success, good memories. Thanks for watching. Farewell, ReRail America.